Hi everyone, we're going to do a half an hour flow for our sacral chakra. So we're going to bring in a lot of fluid movement as well as hip flexing, strengtheners, and stretches. So this is where our sacral chakra is located. So we're going to work on this area with fluid movement. We're going to start with our knees nice and wide apart, sitting back onto our heels in a wide-legged child's pose. Bringing your hands towards the top of the mat, resting your forehead on the mat. You can spread your fingers wide, press into the earth, and press yourself back slightly. Feeling a nice stretch in the spine here. Nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. Taking a moment to center and to ground your energy into the earth, into your body. One more deep inhale. Side out the mouth. Rock forward, bringing your hips to rest on the earth. Press into the hands, getting a nice little stretch in the low back here. If this is too intense, just take yourself down onto the forearms. Pressing the hips down and shining the chest forward. We're going to rock back and forth between these two poses 5 times. So, exhale, press back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, come forward. You know the drill. Take your time with your own breath, moving fluidly. And meet on all fours, keeping with that fluid movement, cat-cow. Drop the belly, inhale, your chest shines forward. Exhale, round the spine, your hips tuck in towards your forehead. Inhale, drop the belly, tailbone comes high to the sky. Exhale, round the spine. 8 more with your breath. Notice the energy you're putting into each pose. Are you just kind of moving through the motions? Or are you igniting, breathing, pressing? 2 more. And come to neutral. Tuck the toes under. Press your hips to the sky, straightening the legs, pressing into the hands for downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs, bending one leg and then the other. Really pressing into the hands, fingers nice and wide to activate the upper body. Come to stillness. Look to the top of the mat, hop, step, or jump to your hands. Inhale the arms down, around and up. Exhale, hands to prayer at the center of your chest. Take your hands to your hips, close off the eyes, shoulders down away from the ears, and take a moment to envision orange glowing light flowing through your hips like water. And set your intention for this practice today. Release the hands, inhale the arms high overhead. Firmly ground the right foot into the mat. Lift the left foot slightly and step it back to high lunge. Drop the knee, low lunge, untuck the left foot. We're going to take some fluid movements back and forth between engaging our hips, pulling our pelvic floor up and in, and then releasing forward, really feeling the stretch in the left psoas. You can add some arm movements if you'd like. So sweep them down, press into that front foot, come up, squeeze the hips in, and bring the arms down, move towards the mat, release the muscles, exhale. 10 of these with your breath. One more. Take your hands to either side of that front foot. Relax forward, feeling a deep stretch in your hips here. Option to take your blocks and support yourself if the earth is a little bit too intense. Breathing here. Take your left hand to the inside of the right foot. Lifting the right hand up towards the sky. Twist the chest. Deep opening in the psoas. Actively pressing into the mat to engage our legs. And to engage our arms, leaning the right hand back towards the back of the wall. Chest opens. Release, plant both hands beside that front foot. Tuck the back toe under. Make your way to downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. We're going to wave forward between plank and then back to down dog 5 times. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Snaking the body back and forth. And downward facing dog. Look forward, hop, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale the arms down, around and up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Ground the left foot down into the earth this time. Slightly lift the right foot and step it back. to high lunge. And drop the right knee, low lunge. Setting up for that waving motion, pressing into the front foot. Bring the arms up overhead. Activating the pelvic floor. Exhale, hands come forward. We lean forward, opening the right psoas. Inhale up. Exhale as you lower. Fluid dance between the two. 8 more with your own breath. One more. And release down. Take your hands to either side of that front foot. Releasing the hips here. Let everything go. The root is about containing, about structure and strength. But we must simultaneously be able to let go, to relax. Take your right hand to the inside of the left foot. Reach the left hand up towards the sky. Open the chest. Reaching, pressing your feet down. And frame your front foot with your hands. Tuck the toe under. Step back, downward facing dog. Taking that snaking motion between plank and downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 more. Meet and downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. Hop, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale the arms down, around and up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Mountain Tadasana. Nice deep breaths. Visualizing that orange light and that watery liquid flowing through the hips. Plant the left foot down into the mat. Turn your foot out. So if you've ever done dance, you're basically showing off the inside of your foot towards the ceiling. Try and keep your hips steady. And we're going to lift and lower for 20, strengthening our hip flexors here. You can add in some arms if you'd like. Lift and lower, lift and lower. 18 more. If your foot's only coming this high, that's fine. Just do what you can. 3, 2, and 1. Whoop. And shake out the legs. Move that body. This chakra is about movement. Let everything go. And plant the other leg into the mat. Pressing your foot down. Stacking your hips over your heels. Turn out the left foot so we're facing the inside of the left foot towards the sky. And 20 lifts. And lower. Arms are optional. Seventeen, 18, 19, and 20. Shake it out. Allow your body to just free flow. Removing any rigidity. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Come to stand at the top of your mat, stacking your hips over your heels. Press the feet down. Press them apart. Lengthen the spine, shoulders down and back. Inhale, the arms come high to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands, step or jump back to your plank. Downward facing dog. Lift the right leg high to the sky. Open the hip. Bend the right knee. Maybe take a couple circles. Working the hip flexor here. Stretch that right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee into the chest. Plant the right foot down. Drop the left heel to the mat. Inhale the arms up. Warrior 1. Bringing some movement. Reach forward as your chest comes forward over the knee. Exhale. Inhale. We come back. Arms sweep around. Exhale. Inhale. Keep going with your breath. Nice deep bend in that front leg, solid foundation.
I mean, it was on one end of the ponytail.
Take your hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg high to the sky, open the hip, bend the knee. Take a couple circles. Take the left knee into the chest, plant the left foot down, drop the right knee to the mat. Inhale the arms down, around and up. Nice solid foundation, pressing both feet into the earth, pressing the feet away from one another, and bringing that movement in. Lean forward, arms come forward, come up, arms come overhead, and loop around. Plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Deep breath side out the mouth. Hop, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Come to sit down onto your tailbone. Option to take your hands behind your low back. Press into the earth to lift your chest. Lift the heels up off the earth, activating our hip flexors and low abs. And bring one knee into the chest as you extend the other leg straight. And switch. And switch. Modification would be to take the bent foot to the earth on each switch, or take your hands by either side to make it a little bit more difficult and keep going. It's not about how fast we go, it's about being nice, slow, controlled, working the hip flexors, working the low abs, getting in touch with our hips. And release. Come to lie on your back. Bring the feet a little bit closer into the body. Bring the feet up towards the sky, pressing the hips into the earth, and switch one leg to a hover, one leg up, scissoring the legs, abs locked in, hips into the earth. Option to take the shoulders up off the mat, reaching the hands by your side, and switch, and switch. Again, this is about activating our muscles, utilizing our body and connecting our mind, body, and breath. It's not about getting the most in the shortest amount of time. Nice, slow, and controlled. Hug the knees into the chest. Visualizing that orange, glowing light in the sacral chakra, the Savasana chakra. Repeating that mantra or that affirmation we created at the beginning of this flow. Take your hands behind the knees and rock up to seated. Coming to step back into downward facing dog. Lift the right leg high to the sky. Sweep the right knee into the back of the right wrist, allowing your hips to come towards the earth. Pigeon pose, untuck the toe. Trying to find alignment in the hips, so we don't want one hip way up here or one butt cheek way up here. We want to kind of find equal ground. And relax. This chakra is about movement and letting go, releasing. So bring awareness to the places in your body that feel tight, where you're holding on. And see if you can release and let go a little bit. Sending breath there. Option to come onto all forearms. Or even bringing the chest and the forehead to the earth if it's accessible to you. Nice deep breath. In and out of the nose.
Hello? Hey. Hey. Just chilling with my baby, right? No. No way.
And gently bring yourself up to seated. Pressing back into your downward facing dog and transitioning to the other side, lifting the left leg high to the sky, sweeping the left knee in towards the back of the left wrist crease, allowing your hips to come down to the earth. And then if it is available to you, coming forward till you find your edge and allowing yourself to release, to relax, to let go. What are you holding on to today? And gently press yourself up, making your way to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale the arms down, around, and up. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Take your feet a little bit wider apart with your toes facing diagonally out to the sides. Bringing your hips down between your heels. Pressing the hands to the center of your chest. Pressing your elbows into your knees. Elongate the spine. And notice if your weight is rolling onto the inside of your foot. And see if you can shift that weight equally around the bottom of your foot. Breathing here. Malasana, yogi squat. Take one hand in front of you and one hand behind you, gently lowering onto the ground. Take your feet out in front. With effort and with ease, pull the belly up and in and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time until you reach the mat. Hug your right knee into your chest and allow it to fall over to the left. And gently looking over your right shoulder. Lying spinal twist. A chance to wring out, release any stuck energy in the body. And bring your knee and back into center. Let your right leg come long down the mat. Hug the left knee into the chest and allow it to fall over to the right. Gaze gently over the left shoulder blade. Taking a moment to notice any difference from one side to the other. Not judging it, just noticing. Bring your knee back to center, hips back to center. Let both legs come long down the mat. Let the feet fall open, arms long by your sides. Letting everything go. Releasing any tension in the muscles. Savasana, final rest pose. Taking an opportunity here to notice anything you're emotionally attached to. Allow yourself to release, to let go. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, making your way up to a seated position. I hope this practice brought value to you and you were able to release and let go of some emotions that were in the sacral chakra. If you are watching this via the chakra series, then I will see you next week with the next chakra. And if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already so you can be updated in the next coming weeks with the new chakra material. The light in me honors and cherishes the light within you. Namaste.